So 200 horsepower in this mid-sized watercraft.
Right, that's what I'm blown
packs
away.
some punch, right? Definitely packs some punch.
Cycle Springs has been an established power sports dealership in the Clearwater area, and actually just last year, Dimmitt Automotive Group acquired this store.
Okay.
The Automotive Group's a 100-year-old family business, right out of fourth generation dealer, based right here out of Clearwater.
Okay.
Cycle Springs has just about something for everybody.
Okay.
You know, our vision statement here is to service and sell fun in paradise.
Okay.
We truly believe that there's not a better place in the country to sell what we sell than Clearwater, Florida. Okay. We're #1 in the world in Yamaha jet propulsion, so jet boats, water skis, the WaveRunners, all of the water sports that Yamaha produces. We also carry full line of the Sea-Doo product as well. And then when it comes to wheeled fun, we have on-road bikes, off-road bikes, ATVs, UTVs, just about everything.
So what do you say? Let's take a look. Scott's going to come on and we're going to talk to him about a couple of these WaveRunners. Okay, folks, and today we are with Scott. Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and where we're at.
So my name's Scott. I'm one of the veteran sales guys at Cycle Springs. Been here for about 20 plus years now, and we're at Cycle Springs.
Okay, so folks, we got the guy right here. This is the product knowledge specialist. If he doesn't know it, it doesn't exist. I'll put you on the hot seat there. You're no, actually,
no pressure.
No pressure there at all. So tell us what we've got right behind us here.
Okay, so today we're going to look at Yamaha's VX Cruiser HO, specifically with the new 1.9 liter motor in it as of this year.
Okay, so what's the new advantage that 1.9 is? The previous was a 1.8?
Previous motor was a 1.8. They ran with that for about 15 years. This year they introduced a 1.9. 1.9 is, you're getting 20 more horsepower, so it went from a 180 to 200.
Okay. More
fuel efficient and quieter.
Okay, so 200 horsepower.
So 200 horsepower in this mid-sized watercraft.
Right, that's what I'm blown away.
Pack some punch, right? Definitely pack some punch.
So what kind of top speed are you looking at? Yeah, and I know top speed is dependent upon the water conditions, the day, the load, all this stuff. But typically, what are they rated in this vehicle at?
So this machine right now is getting 65 miles an hour plus.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is one that you would classify more so as your value equation for a personal watercraft?
Absolutely, Rob. So this machine here starts off about $13,599 in 2024.
Okay.
But it's delivering 200 horsepower, as we just said, 65 plus miles per hour. So it's Yamaha's mid-sized platform.
Right.
So it's very playful.
Right.
But obviously it packs some punch as well.
Now, who's your typical customer for this?
I'd say typical customer for this is your value-minded customer,
right?
Somebody that wants some speed, but is on a budget, doesn't necessarily want to pay for a supercharged, top-of-the-line machine,
right?
Or members of the family that still have that need for speed in them. You know, fathers, moms, sons, daughters.
Oh, definitely, moms. Yeah. Moms can put down the speed too. Definitely so. So, are you able to tow anything or pull anything with this? I imagine with 200 horsepower. It's going to pack that punch, like you said, so is it?
Absolutely. So with personal watercraft in general, you get tremendous hole shots. And in the redesigning of this machine this year, a couple other additions besides the motor is they added another scoop in the intake, and they added a new intake prop. Okay. In doing so, it took out all lag. So with your tow point right here, you have the ability to pull a skier if you want.
Okay. Or tube?
Or tuber. You can get 2-3 people on a tube.
Wow.
Right? Wakeboarder.
Okay. Okay. So just that little bit of difference you were talking about from the 1.8 to the 1.9, you got away from that initial lag, and we all know that if you're trying to pull someone on a ski, that it's that initial zoom, that initial takeoff that's the most important to get them up on the water.
Absolutely. With water sports and skiing in general, it's the initial pull. And, you know, typically with jet skis, you have it anyhow, but this just takes out any lag.
But
that
even
you had
more
before.
so.
Absolutely.
There's always that little bit of, then it goes. You know, it's just always been, but now you're saying it's almost just kind of instant.
Yeah, the feedback on this new hull with the intake rate changes and the prop changes is just tremendous right now.
That's amazing that that little bit of difference from the 1.8 to the 1.9 made that difference. But that's the technology that's built into it, and that's the newness of it. And we all know that Yamaha is a big leader in technology for the watercraft. And I mean, they're on top of their game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Typically, when they come out with something that's been in R&D for a while, and it's probably bullets when they come out with it.
Oh, sure. Wow. Let's take a look down here. Wow. And then you said that's your tow hook there. Yep. So what are some of the other things that are highlighted on this? I know, you know, with your what's your fuel tank capacity?
On this, it has 18.5 gallons.
Wow.
Right?
Okay, so you can stay on the water pretty long.
Yep.
Okay.
And again, this is the VX Cruiser HO. HO meaning it has the 1.9 liter motor in it. Right?
And that's the change for 2024.
Yes.
2023. So if you're in the market, folks, definitely want to weigh that decision that if you're in the market to compare a 2023 to a 2024, you've got that new engine with the higher output.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Also, I want to point out their cruiser seat. You got 3-tiered seating here with this nice big lumbar support here. So super comfortable seating.
Yeah. Boy, that's nice. And I see it holds up to 530 pounds.
530 pounds. You got a large swim deck back here. Nice flat reboarding step. So it means easy to get on and off.
Sure. And you said there's accessories that go on this. So
there are all kinds of. You can even add what's called a rec deck. So if you want to extend this platform, with that you can add coolers, dry bags, bench seating.
Really?
Yamaha has a full line of bumpers, other accessories that you could add with it. They have a couple RAM mount points right here. So if you want to put a GoPro or a depth finder or some additional accessories, you can right here. This particular model has sound on it.
Okay.
So you can, it's all Bluetooth, and you can control it right here with your little toggle switches.
Sure.
You got large side storage here.
Oh, you've got some USBs in there?
Yeah, you got a USB and a 12-volt right there.
Ah, how about that? Okay. Yeah, nice.
And then the other nice thing, Rob, is you have some dry storage back here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you open this up right here, it's hard to call anything on a watercraft dry, but I'd put my phone in there.
Yeah, but look at that. That's well sealed there. How about that? All right. Can we take a quick look at the what's powering it here?
Absolutely.
The engine? Because that's kind of the highlight of this new version. So
and it's a good looking machine too.
Oh yeah, that's a lot different from the one I had. I think my my jet ski that I had was from the 90s, so that's quite a bit of difference in the technology and the build quality and everything else of these. Exactly, it was. Oh boy, what a beautiful machine. So you were telling me now that as standard, it doesn't come with the sound, but you guys add the sound, or you
you have the option of getting it. You have the option of getting it with or without sound.
Oh, I see.
So without sound, it's $13,599. With sound, I think it adds $700-800.
Okay, and these, of course, folks, are all prices right now. We're filming in May of 2024. Definitely reach out to Cycle Springs, get most current pricing. They also do have sales occasionally, and you were telling me too, occasionally you'll actually add an additional year to the warranty on the vehicle.
So right now we're in May. Yamaha's running a promotion where they're giving standard watercraft come with 1 year warranty.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Right now in May, Yamaha's running a promotion where they're giving you an additional year warranty. Okay. So it comes from the manufacturer with 2 years of warranty. You have the ability of adding 3 more for a total of 5 of yes, which is a Yamaha extended warranty. Okay. And then most our people do get it. It's a wise thing on a watercraft. Sure. So. Trailers are additional.
Okay.
We got 3 or 4 different sets of trailers, starting anywhere from 1,400 to 2,000, depending on whether you want galvanized, aluminum, nice wheels, etc.
Yeah.
We have a lot of customers on the water in this area.
Yeah.
You know, a common comment is it's on a trailer. Well, we have to display it somehow.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I try and disclose that from the beginning. We're the only power sports company that I know that does have a mobile service. So that's huge with the customers. We'll come to your dock, to your left, to your garage or whatever, and service it right there. So Yamaha has it's a dual throttle system, meaning your right lever over here is your throttle going forward, and your left lever over here is your throttle for brakes and reverse. So super, super responsive.
Yeah.
I personally believe this is the nicest feature they've come out with in watercraft since converting 2 strokes into 4 strokes.
Okay.
It makes the learning curve around docking minimal, right? A lot more control. So that's really nice. You do have a cruise system and a no wake mode over here, right? And then you have a speed adjust over here.
Yep.
And we briefly touch about the audio, and your controls to the audio's here.
Right.
And then you also have a 14.3 Connect system here.
Okay.
With full display. So right now we have plenty. This is Yamaha's #1 selling machine, the VX Cruiser HO, and we carry more of these. I think our order for this year of this particular machine was in excess of 100. So we readily keep them in stock. We have plenty more coming for the year. It's not like COVID times. There's plenty of inventory and plenty more coming throughout the year. The world's largest Yamaha jet boat dealer for, I forget how many years running, but it's been a while. We jockey back and forth in the top 3 on personal watercraft. So yeah, we're very fortunate. So we also install a fogging port on it, right? And yes, the common term everybody's familiar with is winterizing, but in our environment with the salt air, the humidity, that process on why you winterize it happens more rapidly. So we do install a fogging port, which makes it easy. All you gotta do is spray your fogging oil through the port. We run a line through the air intake, and boom, the internal part of your motor's lubed, right? In about 3 seconds. Yeah, and the manufacturers actually recommend that you fog it after every use, right?
Oh, is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. It burns off when you take it out. So we install the fogging port whether you want to do it after every use. If it's going to sit for a month or so and you want to fog it, it's just accessible for whatever you're comfortable with.
Gotcha. Wow. Well, Scott, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, folks.